In this episode, I want to dive into some honest numbers between renting versus buying versus Ownify. You may have heard about this new lending option hitting our market right now called Ownify. They recently went public in the news, and they are open to accepting buyers right now who are well qualified but don't have enough cash to play in this hot market. In brief, Ownify is a specialized lender who partners with a buyer in order to purchase a property, effectively helping the first-time home buyer present a cash offer and present up to 10% of the purchase price in due diligence. That is an absolute game changer when competing against much stronger offers. Ownify charges a fee that is paid monthly to help them cover their cost for helping you purchase this property, and then they help you build equity at a 1.6% rate every year of ownership. All that is required from the buyer is to bring a 2% down payment and then also have a decent credit score. There are many more details about Ownify that I am not going to go over in this episode, but I made another episode just for that, so check the link in the description so you can find that. For this video though, I just want to break down the numbers very simply and transparently between renting, buying, and Ownify. To get started, for our rent numbers, I'm going to use the Raleigh median rent price right now, which is $2,050 a month. That's an expense of $24,600 a year. For our purchase scenario, let's imagine you are buying a $300,000 home with 3% down payment and a 6.5% interest rate, which is pretty typical for right now. Utilizing some estimates that I'm running for taxes, insurance, and HOA, you're looking at about $2,178 a month. So that would be an expenditure of $26,136 per year. Now for purchasing with Ownify, you have a set payment that includes all of your taxes, insurance, and maintenance for the home. Currently their website is estimating $2,484 a month for a $300,000 purchase price. But that doesn't include HOA per month, so let's tack on an extra $30 to give you $2,514 a month. That's $30,168 per year. So here are your base numbers now. This isn't the end of our comparison though, so let's jump into equity. If you're renting, that's a zero equity gain. So you are spending $24,600 a year with no gain at all. Owning, you will most likely be gaining some equity as you make payments, especially since the market is really hot this year. Let's say by the end of this year, you've made about 5% appreciation on the original value of the home. That's $15,000 by the end of this year. So your actual net over the course of 1 year is $11,136 because of the equity you've gained over the course of 1 year. With Ownify, you'll be building equity too, but at a lower rate because again, you're splitting the equity with Ownify. So if the home appreciates 5% this year, then you are splitting your equity take with Ownify based off of that new value of $315,000. So building at a rate of 1.6% per year, you will have gained $5,040 in your first year in equity, leaving your net to use Ownify at $25,128. So with an appreciation of equity at 5% in your first year, you now have these numbers of comparison. Still not finished with this comparison. Let's keep going. Now let's talk about cost to own. With renting, obviously the landlord is paying for any maintenance, so that's still $24,600 per year. When you own, you're going to have to pay for some regular maintenance on the home in order to keep it in good shape. If you're purchasing a new construction home, you may be able to get off the first year without much maintenance at all, but you might also be doing home projects and upgrades. So let's estimate around $3,000 per year of upkeep or upgrades. Now your net owning is $14,136 per year. Ownify actually covers all the maintenance within their payments, so your cost for maintenance is nil. So this still leaves you at $25,128 per year with Ownify. Now here's a relatively clear perspective on how these costs compare in your first year. But wait, one final comparison. Let's see how this plays out over the course of 5 years. Rent is going up, in case you didn't know already. So we're going to have to grade that over the course of 5 years. Let's say it goes up by $100 per year for that same home. After 5 years of renting, you have paid $135,000. With owning, it's a safe assumption in this market that the price is going to continue to go up over the next 5 years. In the past 5 years, we've seen way more than 5% appreciation on average. But for safer numbers, let's stick with that. After 5 years of ownership, the home is now worth $383,000. and you would have paid $130,680 in payments. However, with all of that equity gained, your real cost is only $47,680 because of the $83,000 of appreciation. But again, you're inevitably going to have maintenance that needs done, so let's throw in that $3,000 a year, which totals $15,000 over 5 years. With Ownify, your payments are fixed over the course of 5 years, and you are gaining equity up to 10% at year 5. So if your home is now worth $383,000 at the end of 5 years, you will own right at $38,300 of equity. If you pay in $150,840 over the course of 5 years, your net expenditure minus equity would be $112,540. So here now is your comparison over a 5-year span of payments. So let's talk about some conclusions. Obviously, looking at these numbers, you can tell that owning is going to give you the lowest net expense over the course of 5 years. However, we don't have a crystal ball, and house prices could fall in the future. I think it's pretty safe in our market that they won't, but if they do, Ownify is the safest option at the table. They take the hit on falling prices, not you, and you're still purchasing equity from them every year at a rate of 1.6%. Some first-time home buyers might have the cash and be able to purchase with a conventional loan. But let's remember, you may get beat by the competition out there bringing higher due diligence fees and higher offer prices. Ownify erases that barrier to entry and makes fractional ownership possible right now. Renting in any scenario, though, is still the ultimate loser. You're throwing away more money over the long haul, and ultimately you're not gaining any equity. Hopefully seeing it in transparent, real numbers helps you break down the differences between these 3 scenarios. If this information was helpful for you, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and turn on those notifications. You'll be notified the instant I post something new, and you'll help more people find my channel. Thanks for watching today, guys, and stay tuned for more great real estate educational material coming to you soon.